Yeah.
I be thinking about it. I be thinking about it. I'm like, sometimes
Mhm.
I'll start with this. At least 24 wins in the season. What do you feel like this season has been for the Dream so far this year?
Uh, it's been a successful one. We still got room for improvement, still got ways to go, but I feel really good about the direction that we're going.
I mean, E kind of touched on it a little bit. This is for either of you, but a franchise best 24 wins, just for you guys to kind of take the step that you guys have done. What does that mean for, as you said, the direction you've grown?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. We are trying to make Atlanta a championship team, a place to be. And obviously, it starts right now in the regular season. We do look at these wins and really pride ourselves on them because it's been a tough season. Every team has been great from top to bottom. Like you can lose any night, but I think that we've done a great job of figuring out ways to win, regardless of who's on the floor, whether for us or for the other team. But it, like we said, like it's the steps in the right direction, and it's ordering our steps for what we want to accomplish at the end of the year.
Leash, this question is for you. We talked to Nia pregame, and she mentioned something that stood out to me that said every detail matters. What were the details today that stood out to you that helped you feel like you guys were successful?
Offensive rebounds, being able to get second shot opportunities. Uh, Big Nas was in the paint getting the offensive board, so her being able to get offensive rebounds helped us a lot in getting second chance points.
This question is for either one of you all. When you guys league got cut to like 14, Liberty obviously made a run. What was the message Coach Smesko kind of told you guys, and what did you guys tell yourselves to just kind of keep your foot on the gas?
Yeah, basically that we need to keep our foot on the gas, knowing that no team in this league is gonna take a break. Like they're gonna play until there's all zeros on the clock. But that was our mentality. Like even when the five came on the floor, like we have to turn it up. We can't let up. It's gonna start on the defensive end. That's they were just getting easy buckets, back cuts to the basket. And we each held each other accountable and ourselves accountable. And then we said as soon as we get stops on the defensive end, like we can go and do what we've been doing all game on the offensive end. And like Leash said, I think offensive rebounds helped us to kind of settle things down and like get back into our rhythm.
Leash, this question is for you. With this season, being longer than it's been in the past, you're having kind of a career year. And obviously now this team has a franchise record in wins. Just what does that say about the work that you've put in this season? And then as much as, sorry, just grabbing my words, just for you, what does it mean?
Uh, I mean, it feels good. I mean, it's nice to have a career season, but it's even better when you're a winner. So I think I'm more happy about finally being a winner in my career than having season high in my averages because I ain't never uh been this high in the standings before.
Now, I will ask you the same question. I mean, now you've moved into the starting lineup these last few games. What has been your mentality coming in the start and then off the bench? And also, you still having those noises coming about your sixth woman of the year.
Yeah, it's the same mentality. Like I know how much firepower we have, so I always want to just do the little things. And I feel like my teammates are counting on me to do that, whether that's rebounding, knocking down open shots, getting them the ball. So that's exactly what I want to do, and as well as set the tone from the beginning of the game. Um, I think it's easier to do that in the starting lineup, but I also have to get my mind right early because I used to be able to have a little bit of time on the bench to get my mind right, but not to start the game like that. But it's still the same mentality of just making sure that I'm focused, ready to do the little things and anything that my teammates need.
You mentioned starting the game off on fire, and you all did with 24 points in both of the first two quarters. What allowed you to start off so hot this game?
It was our defense. Our defense really fueled us. Once we got stops, we were able to push in transition, and just do what we do. Whether that's Leash coming down the lane, Ross spotting up for a three, Bree getting points in the paint. It's really hard to match up with us. I feel like in transition. So as soon as we get stops and push the ball, I think that's when we're at our best.
And then this question's for both of you guys. We've talked about the accolades. Like, we feel like you guys have put yourselves in the conversation. Can you talk about what your coach has done to earn, Coach of the Year talks?
Yeah, I don't think that I've heard enough noise about that, honestly. I think, he definitely is deserving of being in those conversations, if not the top, in my opinion. Maybe I'm biased, but I mean, you go into this season and we were ranked by some people as number 7 and we're number 2 right now. Season's not over. We've got a bunch of games, but I think that speaks to what he's done to make this team what it is. You see a lot of players having career highs, doing um adding more things to their game. I mean, you can go down the list. We've had injuries and we're number 2 in the standings at the moment. And that doesn't mean everything. Like our coach is probably going to say, oh, I don't care about it. But I definitely think that I don't hear enough noise about it. And I think that he should definitely be in that conversation.
Hey Naz, when we asked Leash before, she said that she's just gonna let her game talk for MVP conversation. How do you feel for her?
All right. So first of all, I do think that her game has absolutely spoke for itself. She's just been, amazing and heightening her stats on every front. And just the amount that we rely on her, like we don't just go into this game and think, oh, if Leash isn't playing well, like we can continue to beat teams. Like we need Leash to do what she does. But it's not just on the offensive end, it's on the defensive end. We ask her to guard the best players on the opposite team. We ask her to play 38 minutes. And she just does all of those things and she does it efficiently. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I take away from Leash is just like, okay, you may see that she had 20 something points, but she's shooting maybe 80% from the field. And it's not like she's always going to the basket. She's shooting it from 3, but she's just evolved so much on so many different levels. I don't know the actual stats, but I feel like she's risen to the occasion in every single stat. But I mean, it is her game speaking for herself. As y'all know, she doesn't talk that much and she's a little quiet, but like I'm going to talk her up. And I think that she should definitely be in those conversations again. I could go on and on and on, but we got to get out of here. But I think she's doing exactly what she needs to do. And she's leading this team and she's been great all year, just consistent.
And this question's for either of you. Just under 2 minutes in the first quarter, there was a possession where there were 3 straight offensive rebounds by Leash, by Maya, by Nia to kind of keep it alive before Maya had a corner pocket 3. How much does that just like help the team build off of something like that whenever you see that nonstop effort to keep things alive?
It helps. I'm gonna give you a break. It helps a lot. Like I said earlier, just having those second chance opportunities. I know being on the other end of it, like experiencing is not a good feeling. So it's kind of nice when you get the second chance opportunity because you might had a layup or something and missed it, but then you hit a 3 and that's the dagger. So it's always nice to get second chance points because they're big.
For both of you, you guys are playing teams that are basically kind of neck and neck with y'all in the standings. How often are y'all looking at the standings? And is that something that you all are doing, or just going out there and just making sure whatever y'all just get the wins, basically?
I think we do look just to see what the league looks like. I mean, I feel like at one point 2 through 8 were like one game apart. So I think for us, it's like a little cool to kind of look at it and kind of see the movement. But our focus is really on the next game, the next game, the next game. We're not, super worried about the standings. We're worried about what our positioning, how we're going to put ourselves in the best position, and just going out and try to get a win every single night, and trying to prepare ourselves for the rest of the season and the postseason.
Yes. Okay. Uh, Obviously, this was a very important game. I know New York was shorthanded, but I thought, especially in the first half, we played a great first half, moving the ball, getting great shots. Defense was really good, and give New York credit. They kept fighting. They made a run, and I really think maybe the biggest play in the game was Naz's offensive rebound and getting it to Leash. I think everybody took a deep breath once that 3-point play happened. I thought that was a huge play in the game. And, Rye played D, took care of the ball, 6 assists, no turnovers. I think she had like 8 rebounds. Bree was just so physical inside. I mean, we got a great effort from the whole team.
Coach Naz actually just gave a really good resolving, I would say, endorsement of you for Coach of the Year. She said she thought that you probably wouldn't care too much about that, but I want to know what you think about your name being Coach of the Year conversations.
To nice. I'm glad she said that. I mean, I want them to think that nobody has an advantage over us in terms of being prepared for a game. That's the challenge. I mean, there's great coaches in this league, so that's the challenge our coaching staff has is to have our team the best prepared to play every day. So that's a goal of mine in the fact of having the best prepared team every time we go out. As for coach of the year, like to me, the most important coach of the year is whoever wins the championship. The other things are nice. It's a title. It's probably a contract bonus for most people. But to me, the coaches of the year is whoever gets their team through that playoffs and gets to hold the championship trophy at the end.
Coach, I asked Naz about your hot start today, and she credited it to the defense. In your opinion, what allowed you all to get off to such a hot start today?
Well, we did play good defense, but I think it was more than that. I thought offensively, like that ball wasn't sticking anywhere. Like we were moving it side to side, just like we planned. We got into actions quickly. And I give New York credit. Most of the possessions we scored on, they defended the first action well, the second action well, and then all of a sudden on the third or fourth action, that's when we got our shot. Now there's times when we're not moving the ball as well where we never get to that third or fourth action. So those would have been situations where we'd have tough shots at the end of the shot clock. So hopefully that's something that we can continue, like get everybody involved, get it moving, keep the defense moving at all times. And then, hopefully soon we'll start knocking down more shots because I thought we got a lot of good looks. We still need to, shoot a better percentage, especially from three.
Could you hear things like, 24 wins, the most in franchise history and things of that nature. And this team has been through a lot of lineup changes, a lot of injuries, but you've still been able to do that. Overall, when you're seeing at this point of the season where this team has came from all the things that's happened this year, what are your thoughts and how do you feel about going into that next stretch of games?
I feel good about how we're playing. This is still a really important stretch because, I say we're playing well, and there's probably a handful of other coaches who know their team is playing really well right now too. So it's hard to get any separation on anybody because there's so many teams that are really putting it together at the right time. So how many we got left? 7? And yeah, we got 7. Most teams have between 7 and 9 probably. And this is important. Try to get as many games at home as you can possibly get and try to keep people healthy as best you can and give yourself, you hope to get in the playoffs and then that first round is 3 games, right? Man, come on, anything, 3 games, anything can happen in 3 games for anybody. So you best be playing your best right then.
Coach, I kind of want to add to that question. Your first season, obviously, it's not over yet. But did you envision it being the way that it is now, 24 wins, eclipsing the single season record for wins? Like when you think about a moment like that, like have you had a chance to kind of just think about that?
Not like that. I mean, in the beginning of the year, I thought we could be a really good team and a team that could compete for a championship. How many wins that would turn out to be, it's hard to say because it's, in this league, it's hard to know who's even going to be playing. It's getting everybody healthy throughout a whole season isn't easy. So to predict how many wins wasn't something that I was really doing, but I thought if healthy, we had a team that could compete with anybody. And if you have that type of team, you should get wins along the way and hopefully be in a good position once the playoffs come.
Coach, 7 of the 8 players who played a lot of minutes today had at least 1 offensive rebound. You guys had 10 offensive rebounds in the first half, and they had 12 total rebounds with about a minute left to go in the first half. What can you speak to about that effort just from your team on that end?
I thought it was exceptional. We talked about trying to get second shot opportunities and, sometimes, we got some long bounces that were, but we were in position to grab them when they were there. We were competing on the boards. And I thought we really, needed a lot of those second shots led to points for us. So, it's big when you can get extra possessions in this league, especially when you're not shooting it great from 3.
Thank you.